Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do these stiletto holographic foil nails yourself, so let's just get into that. We're going to do the normal prep work, which is just taking the shininess off of your nail, doing a dehydrant and priming. Everything that I use in this video will of course be linked below, as well as sometimes I'll also link alternatives in case I think there are multiple great options. For this nail look, we're going to be using tips. I always use these same tips because they are the best, and this Wonder Bond glue. I also really like this glue. I feel like it works really well out of all the ones I've gotten from Sally's, and it's also super easy to use since it is a brush on. You can also trim these tips to make a really easy coffin shape. Next, I'm going to be using the Serendipity dip kit, just because I feel like that's the cheapest and easiest one to use in my opinion. So I'm just mixing a couple of the shades of red. Since I didn't really have much of either, I figured together it would. So I first start off by just painting the adhesive on half of the nail so we can sort of get an apex going on. And then you're going to paint it over the whole nail. And then do it multiple times until you think the thickness is good. I do already have an entire review on this kit, which I will also link below, and that also doubles as a more in-depth tutorial. Also, I apologize for being like a little out of frame. I wasn't filming in my normal area, as you can probably tell. In between, I also am fanning off of the extra powder so it doesn't get clumpy. I also recommend doing this process over a sheet of paper. That way you do not waste any powder, and also it's easy cleanup, just like I'm doing here. I always get a ton of comments telling me like I'm wasting so much, but literally this is just what I do, so I figured I would show you guys this time. So here is where I have to tell you guys that I actually messed up, and I completely forgot to put the activator on top of the dip acrylic. So essentially it was like glue and acrylic powder, and that was it. I didn't put the activator on. I don't know how it spaced in my head, but it just did. But honestly, a week later, I haven't really noticed that much of a difference. The nails are still strong and they filed just fine. Put polish and gel on just fine. Everything went on fine. So definitely a mistake on my part, but not a detrimental mistake to the nails. Just thought I would let you guys know. And next, I pretty much just filed them. If you are careful and neat with the adhesive, you really shouldn't need to do too much filing, so just definitely keep that in mind when you are applying it. But I definitely did want to buff out the top to just keep it smoother. At the time it seemed a little rough, and that's because I didn't put the applicator on, but you know, I didn't think of that at the time for whatever reason. Go me. And now for the fun part. So I'm just going to be painting these nails black and make them like sort of witchy. That's kind of what I was going for here. Particular gel, you do have to wipe it, so do keep that in mind. So now we're going to be putting the foil on, and we are going to be using a foil glue. Now this is the part that is super tricky, and it does take a lot of patience. So you're going to want to take your foil glue, and it will paint on sort of a blue tint, and you want to make sure you get it all over, and then you want to leave it for a really long time. Like when you think it's dry, wait longer. And these are the particular foils. These ones are going to be a little harder to use because most of the time with foils, one will have sort of a more matte side and one will have a shiny side, but with these ones, they both kind of look shiny. So you need to make sure that you do a tiny little test piece first to make sure that you know which side. And when you have your foil glue dry, you're going to want to press down the side that it's actually printed on, and then just very carefully pull up, and there you go. That's it. That's your nail. And that's a super easy way to give a really cool look without a ton of effort, but just patience, not effort. And I'm just going to do that to all of my nails. And you guys will see that I do go back and forth because I do end up accidentally messing some up. Like right here, this is what happens if you sort of do not wait for it to dry. That middle one obviously looks not nearly as good as the other ones. So I went back and redid it, and I probably did 3 nails like twice on this hand just because they were being a little finicky. Once you get it down though, it's totally worth it. Then for those, I'm just putting a regular top coat, a gel top coat, and when you do the top coat, you need to make sure that you wrap around every single edge. You need to make sure that you cover 100% of it, because if there's any little piece that's not covered, it will peel up super quickly and your nails will not last. And I was putting the top coat on in between of when I was putting the foils on because it's still sticky even after you put the foil on, so you still can mess it up even after the foil is on. So here is what happens when you put the wrong side down. If you put the wrong side down, you will know. Now here is the other foil that I wanted to use. This one has like really cute unicorns and it kind of reminds me of Lisa Frank, so I wanted to do this side on the other hand. And here is the final result. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to let me know what kind of nail videos you want me to do down below. I love trying new stuff, you guys know. But thank you so much for watching, and I hopefully see you next time. Bye!